Re-rack, restack, and restart. .44 of Matman Matthew Bowen peels to the infield as one of the cars they were just testing that motor out, and now a spin as one of the top 5 running cars in Haywood. Sean Johnson loops it around. Can he get fired back up? There's 2 cars actually stopped on the infield. Haywood's one of them. And the Midwest Sheet Metal caution will come out. We did get 1 lap in. If you're watching on Flow Racing and you are anywhere within about a 3 or 4 hour drive of Wheatland, Missouri, would strongly suggest you make your way down here tomorrow. We get to do it all over again, but it's a $20,000 paycheck and a 60-lap feature for the MLRA late models. We'll have the Super Stocks and we'll have the Show Me Vintage Racers back. So it won't be quite as long of a night tomorrow as it is tonight, but it'll be more jam-packed and more entertaining whenever you can see the late models take this 3/8 mile on 60 times. A couple cars spin in turn 2, and that brings out the Midwest Sheet Metal caution again, and then a car spins, and that's Sims in turn 4. The car that twirled around was Joe Crum over in turn 2. Laps completed. And there is a time rule here as well. If we start to see the race wear on, get a little long in the tooth, race control might make the decision to cut some laps down. I'd say we're probably getting somewhat close to it since we've been racing about 7 minutes already, and we've only gotten 1 lap in, and Griffin McGrath tries to get us back underway, and hopefully we can get a couple of laps in the books, wound down, and make the night official with these Legends cars as they are nose to tail 4 in a row. Griffin McGrath ahead of Michael Weber, but it is just by a hair at the line. Caution comes out for incident in turn 4 this time. Spin by the 35 machine of Johnny Coates Jr. Single file restart again with McGrath, Weber, and Jackson Lewis, your top 3. The 34 Ford sedan, just a 5/8 scale version with Griffin McGrath behind the wheel. Top 4 cars a breakaway. They have left the 77 of Colton Utley a few car lengths behind, and Michael Weber not going anywhere, staying right with Griffin McGrath. Now peeks to the inside. Change atop the leaderboard as Michael Weber up to P1. There's a new leader for the Legends, and it's a Marion, Iowa native who won 14 times last year and is a former Iowa State champion. And another caution comes out. You saw the car parked there on the inside of turn 2. Really don't want to see this race cut short just because the top 4 cars are having one heck of a race, but you'd like to see them finish this throughout the duration, and I think those top 4 or 5 cars would like for the other 15, 20 cars all to stay in line and let us go green the rest of the night. Number of these drivers we talked earlier out for the very first time this year, but there's also a handful of drivers that are out for the very first time, period. And the 70 of Sims, he's going to make a hard left-hand turn, and the caution comes out again, this time another spin in turn 4. So a new car in second, now knocking on the door of Michael Weber. Two cars separating themselves, Weber and Jackson Lewis. Then 2 other cars battling for third, that's Griffin and Chance Gilbert. So 2 really good battles now. 5 laps in, 10 to go. Nose to tail are Weber and Lewis. Side by side was Gilbert and McGrath. Gilbert able to get around Griffin McGrath. So McGrath, who was leading early on, he's now lost some time and lost some position on the track as he is now back to 4th. And Jackson Lewis letting Michael Weber know that he is their lapped car. Right on the bottom side, giving just enough of an avenue for the top running cars to get by to the inside. Change for position as Jackson Lewis has gotten around Michael Weber. New leader on the board here at the Diamond of Dirt tracks. Still more lapped cars ahead of Jackson Lewis. Looks like all it took for Jackson Lewis was to just get through the field and get around Michael Weber. Now that he is starting to check out, that lead getting bigger and bigger, 0.7 seconds. And it will continue to grow. A good job by all of the lap cars staying off of the bottom side of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and letting these lead cat lap cars battle it out amongst themselves, not stopping anyone. And now the Midwest Sheet Metal caution out again. And this is again for Johnny Coach Jr. from Joplin, Missouri, bringing out the yellow. So Jackson Lewis, he started in second, fell back a little bit, but then has rallied, and now he is back up to P1. He got around Michael Weber a couple of laps ago. He started in third. Chance Gilbert started in fourth. He's up to third. Griffin McGrath, who was on the pole, he has, and it's taken a while, about 3 or 4 laps on each run, but they are picking him off one by one, and that has shuffled him back to fourth. gotten through 10 laps. 5 will remain for Jackson Lewis between himself and his first win at Lucas Oil Speedway. On that last restart, it was 2 cars that broke away. This time it's 3. Michael Weber had to lift up off the gas and brought Chance Gilbert right to his back bumper, but they stay green and clean. Mike Striegel will let Jackson Lewis know he has 2 more laps to go. He can look up on the big Jumbotron and see the difference between he and Michael Weber running first and second. Weber about 8 car lengths back. Johnny Coates Jr., the next car to go a lap down. And if you're Jackson Lewis, got to be a little on the apprehensive side, as he has seen Johnny Coates Jr. spin out a couple of times, but Coates will go to the high side, let them work to the inside, and the white flag will come out. More lapped cars, and threading the needle is Jackson Lewis to get through him. Plenty of space between himself and the checkered flag coming off of turn 4. Took 22 minutes to get there, but Jackson Lewis loved every 22 minutes of it, as he wins by 1.5 seconds over Michael Weber. Chance Gilbert in third. Jay Reynolds picked off Griffin McGrath, who started on the pole, for fourth. McGrath back to fifth. Then the rest of your top 10, Colton Utley, Phil Berkebile Jr., Austin Aziz, and Sean Johnston, followed by Mike Gilbert in 10th.